Admit all. Now today, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, we talk about we have many things in HTML left out, okay? But by tomorrow we will be taking the CSS, and what is left out in the HTML, we will do that, okay? Later on. But first we need to have to master the CSS, and then later on we add up the tags, and then we start building the things. But unless and until we don't are not, knowing the CSS properly, we are doing in air. For example, I use sometimes float, I use sometimes the flex, and sometimes the grid, but we don't have exact idea what are these, right? So today we may take the last class for a while in the HTML, and that's our form tag. Okay, Suhail Hussain, Salim Butt, there is the Adnan Riaz, Muhammad Anzar Manto, Javed Qureshi. You guys need to open up the cameras. So the form tag, which is a very important tag, okay, uh, whatever you may see anywhere, it is the form tag, right? So you go ahead and create. Let me see how many of you have done the form tag, because many of times uh, you have done the form tag. Okay, I have not shared the screen. Farzan Ashraf. Okay, here you are. I should screen share, entire screen, second, say share. Let me get this here, right, on this screen, this guys, so that I can look on you guys, and I will be presenting and writing here. So go ahead and create day 17 folder. I think today is day 17, I guess. Okay, create a day 17 folder. How? By saying file, open folder, and then create whatever you like, that day 17. I'm the Modern 301 we have already here, so day 17 folder, create that and open that. Okay, now we create that and open that here. So I got the file, new file here, I call it an index.html. Now put a dammit, the boilerplate code, and we say here learning form. Okay, now in the body I give it a go. I say form. The moment I say form, it's giving me the options. It's saying me get and post. So we need to understand what is this, the first thing. Maybe if I don't write or I write, it is always get. So if I say enter to the get, what I did was I wrote here the form. Admit. One second, let me admit this guy. I wrote here the form tag. Okay. Oh, I'm writing on this screen. I wrote here the form like this, form. Then I went to the get and I say get. That is the method is get, and action is right now nothing. So first of all, what is this form tag, and what is the action, and what is the method, and how does it work together? I will give just an example here. Let me go to the browser. Where's the browser? I had browser open. Where is the gone? Let me run this so that it will open it for me. Okay, it's on this window actually. I will get it here, but I need to minimize it first. Okay, let me get the browser here. Now look carefully what I'm saying. I am saying here, I go to the YouTube. Okay, I go to the YouTube. Now this is the YouTube, and I am doing here, I am searching here. Say for example, I am searching this guy, digital megatrends. The moment, watch out clearly. I am saying the digital megatrends, and look at the URL. What has happened to the URL? Look at the URL. What has happened here? So URL happened like this. This is we need to understand. We can build our this search box. We can build it. We will build this search box in our form today. It's so easy, but you need to understand the concept. That means the moment whatever you want to search here, I want to search same thing in my own form.
Sir, I guess you stopped your sharing your screen.
Oh, it stopped. I thought something happened. Thank you. What I am saying is that I want to build this search box in my HTML page, in my own page. But you need to understand what's happening. I search it here, digital megatrends, and I press the enter, or I press this search icon, and the query changes to this guy. Okay, I say copy it, and I go to the OneNote. Maybe I paste it here, Command V. Okay, what happened with this query is, can I increase the size? Yeah. Look at this query. What happened to this query? Is this clearly visible on your screen?
Yes, sir.
So firstly, this HTTPS, that HTTP request, www.youtube.com, then results. Now, oh, it's gone to that because they clicked it, gone to that. See, look here. Look here only. It is HTTP, then www.youtube.com results. Now, what happened here is actually is, if I go to my, this here, what happened here was, you understand it properly, that we have a client program in the front end. Okay, in the front end, why is it so big? Okay, I want to get it a little smaller. So here you had a YouTube front end, and here was this search box where you searched something. When you searched something, and you saw in the URL that search comes in, like digital megatrends here, this guy comes up in the URL, right? And how it happened? It comes search underscore query equals to digital megatrends, like this, after question mark. This one is HTTP request to the server. So we have in front the server, and we have on a backend the database. We know the 3-tier architecture of our websites or web apps, where we have the front end, we have the servers, and we have the backend. In the backend, in the database, sorry, backend is this guy. Okay, this is the front end, this is the backend, the server. We have done a lot of things on it. I have explained it to you guys, these things. And then there is in the backend, there is a database. Now, in the database, there are all the stuff of the YouTube, a huge database, right? And in this ocean, I want to search this thing, digital mega trends. So basically, my server is working on the database and churning that digital megatrends, anything belonging to digital megatrends, and this guy getting back all the stuff. The server gets all the stuff which belongs to digital megatrends and anything related with the word digital megatrend, and then fire it to the browser, and browser is showing you, right? Getting? And the browser is showing you anything related with the megatrends and digital. See, first of the megatrends is some kind of ad. Even my channel comes up. Even the MERN stack videos comes up. In ALP, we are today teaching online. This is the assembly language programming. It comes up, and there are tons of things which are related with something digital megatrends. You could see. Even my kid Zaki comes up, and a lot of guys come up who have something to do with the digital megatrends. Right? Do you understand? So that means the moment I searched it and I press enter, this search key, whatever the search key is, it is stuffed in the URL. As you could see, it is stuffed in the URL firstly. If I go back, when it was youtube.com, for example, and then at the URL there is nothing, right? When I write something here, like I wrote digital megatrends here, and I press enter or I press the search icon, it is stuffed in the URL. Okay? So, again, see this. What happened? The first thing, it was youtube.com. The moment I wrote in the search, this bar, this is the text box actually. Basically, it's a text box, input box. And I press the, what happened to the URL also. I press the search or I press enter. It is firstly gone to youtube.com to youtube.com/results. It is an HTTP request, result request to the YouTube server. The first thing. Second thing is, whatever you are finding, digital megatrends or whatever you want. For example, I want to find here Junaid. Now, the Junaid comes up here, as you could see. But if you see the search underscore query, it remains same. Okay, I may find something else. I may find, for example, Mahruk. Now URL changes to Mahruk, but search underscore query stays same. I want to build same thing in my own form here. Okay, I want to build the same stuff. Where is my why is not going? Oh, okay. I want to build same thing in my VS Code here. I want to build the same thing here. That I should put the digital megatrends here. It should load the same page, the server page, and show that anything related to digital megatrend. Or I search here in my text box. I search, for example, Zahoor Ahmed. It go to the YouTube and search Zahoor and everything like it was searching there. Okay, got it? And this is the form. The same thing what was there was actually the form. Or anytime you see the email you want to fill up the emails, or you want to go to the Facebook, there you want to create your account, there are what is your name, what's your email, what's your these all those fields. This is all form. This is all form. You may many of you may already know it. But there is one button in the end. If I press enter in this form, if I press enter, or I have a button which is a clickable, it will go to what the action says. It will go to what the, for example, for the temporary, because it's not actually action is for going to server. But right now, if you don't write any action, it will come back to the same page. Remember that thing. If you don't write the action, anything in the action, it means it will come back to the same page. It will submit to the same page. Like YouTube was submitting to the server. YouTube was submitting to home. The server, this guy will submit to itself only if I don't write. Say for example, I'm calling here the server.html. It doesn't make any sense because this is not a server, but just to show it that this is my server.html. I go here and create a file called server.html. Okay, now in a server.html, I go and use emmet, and I am saying here h1 tag. Say for example h1 tag, and I'm saying your form is submitted successfully. I'm just giving you some information that I am telling this form to do the action, to go to that what action says. What action says. Okay, because in my form there could be tons of data. It could be your email, your last name, maybe you are registering to the site. Maybe we are creating a registration to our site. So there may be all the details of a user, right? And you have to submit all those details to the user and then submit it to where? To the database. If you have a backend and you want to submit it to the database, right? But right now, I am not having any database and I am telling this form to go to server.html. So if I go to my wherever it was, this one here, okay, and there's no form because I have nothing in it, right? Say for example, in this form I create one input box, a text box like our that YouTube had. So I'm saying input, we say input input text. If you don't write the text here, the type is equal text. If you don't write the type is equal text, it is still the text. Okay, if I go here to the browser now, it is having my text box where I can write. Okay, but it is better, default is the text, but it is better to write the type. Write what? Write type is equal to text. Now if you could see here, there are tons of things what we can have. Okay, but I'm saying, bro, give me the text. Okay, even though I don't write, it is still text. As you could see here, the text is coming up. But it's better to also have a label. It is better to have what? A label paired with this, because for the accessibility purposes, because screen readers won't read your text boxes, it will read your labels, screen readers, to tell us what is it. Say for example, the for, I am saying for it is search. for the label, and I am writing here inside the label that this is gonna be my search. I wrote in a capital. Whatever you write here, it will be visible. Okay, and for is for pairing with some input box, and this time input box is a text box. So that means I am pairing my label with this input box. But I right now, if I see it is not paired, the search comes up, this is the label, this is the text box, but if I click the search, it won't be paired with this thing. I showed you last time when we were doing the hamburger, that I paired my label with the chalk box. Same is, I want to pair this label with this input box, then the ID should be same as that of a for. Okay, whatever you wrote here for the search, for ID you have to write the search. Okay, now if I click the search, it will go there automatically, right? If you click the search, it will go there. Or if you click directly text box, it will go there, and you write something, say for example Junaid, and this Junaid is the value of this text box. Now this search is a label, and this one is what? This one is, what is this? The input box. And if I write something in a Junaid, it is the value of the input box. Now I press enter, I'm pressing only enter, it submitted that form and it went to that server.html. You see, it went to the server.html, but without data. After question mark, I have nothing. But if I see here, YouTube, after question mark, where is that gone? Yeah, here. Let me maximize this one. But after question mark, there was the key, whatever the value of the text box was, the digital megatrends, and also some search query. But in this case, I'm having nothing. If you see the URL here, it is telling me the server.html, question mark is right, after that is question mark. Okay, but after that should have been that whatever wrote Junaid and all, it is not here. Why? Because I didn't put here the name. With the text box, I have to write the name. Say for example, this was a search. Okay, the name was search. Right? Now see the magic, what happens here. And I go to my web browser, I go back here, and I write here, for example, digital megatrends. I write here digital, admit Fazil Khan is somebody. Let me admit this guy first. यार इसको क्लिक ही नहीं हो रहा, कहाँ गई? मैं इस स्क्रीन पे तो नहीं हूँ. हाँ, कहाँ गया ये Fazil Khan? Oh, is he admitted? Fazil, are you admitted? I don't know, because oh, it's now come up. Admit. Now look here. Now look up and answer my question. Now look up here. The moment I say digital, anything I can write, whatever, megatrends, I am writing the same brand name. Okay. And I press enter. I press enter means it's a default value of your form. It's a default property of your form that if you press enter, it means submit this form to whom? Where will you submit? Zuhur. Where will the form be submitted? The form will be submitted. What the action you will tell? The action is where this form will be submitted, and this is server.html, so it will go to this page only. If you don't write anything, it will go where? It will go to the same page. It will come back to the same page. But I'm telling you, hello dude, go to the server.html. Now if I press here the enter, it is going to the server.html, right? It is going to the server.html. Again, there is nothing on the back, but I don't know why this time it's not back, because I told you its name is equal search, id is equal search, okay, and method is equal to get. It should have been the name, because input type is equal text, name is equal to search. I don't know what's the problem. Let me see it. It should have.
It is working actually. Yeah.
I have some issue. I don't know why. It should work. I am
Yeah,
saying
it's working.
input colon text. मुझे काम नहीं किया ना इसने. Name is equal to, say for example, I am saying name is search, search. Okay. ID, I need to keep ID same as that of a for. So I am saying search again, and I give it a go here. go back to this, and I'm just pressing the enter. I don't know why is it not coming up here. It should come up here with the search, with the search is equal to, it should come up here as a search is equal, because this is the get method. Okay, method is get. I think there is some issue with the get, I don't know, but let me write the method as get. Everybody should work it, आपको आना चाहिए. I don't know what has happened here in my system. अगर method get है तो ये जो मैंने इसमें भरा, जो इनपुट टाइप इज इक्वल टेक्स्ट में, जो भी मैं ये टाइप टेक्स्ट है जिसमें नेम सर्च है, मुझे आना चाहिए ऊपर सर्वर डॉट एच टी एम एल क्वेश्चन मार्क, फिर उसके बाद ये सर्च आना चाहिए इज इक्वल जो वैल्यू है वो आना चाहिए. लेट अस सी, let me do one thing and let me dispose it off and run it again. Okay, now I'm writing here Junaid and I'm pressing enter. Now it is coming. There was some issue with the live server. Okay, it was issue with the live server. So now you see it is saying server.html. Why from this server.html come in? ये कहाँ से आया फाजिल? ये आया जो आपने एक्शन में लिखा, जो आपने क्या लिखा एक्शन. तो एक्शन में मतलब है कि ये फॉर्म जो आप हैं किधर लेना चाहते हो. अच्छा जी, ये सर्च जो यहां पर है, व्हाट इज दिस सर्च? दिस इज द नेम ऑफ द टेक्स्ट बॉक्स. दिस इज द, से फर्ज कीजिए अब आप कहोगे, आप कंफ्यूज हो जाओगे आईडी के साथ वगैरह वगैरह, मैं यहां पे कहूंगा माई सर्च. ठीक है, नाउ यू विल सी इफ आई गिव इट अ गो हियर, नाउ इट विल दिस, इफ आई गिव इट अ गो एंड प्रेस एंटर, नाउ यू सी हियर इट्स स्टिल वर्किंग. There is some issue with the live server, or it's not saving or something. It is showing the old values, not the new ones. Now you see here, I'm saying Junaid here and press enter. Okay, now I want to press enter. Now you say it is changed to my search. It is changed to my search. So what does this mean? What is the my search? What is my search? Tell me, because I want to build this YouTube functionality here only. Now what is my search? Tell me what is my search. What is it? Is the
name of the input.
Name of the text box.
Name of the text box. What is this Junaid?
Value of the text box.
What is this server.html?
This is action page.
This is the action. This is the action telling me where this is the action. This server.html is the action. If I say, for example, bingo, go to the bingo.html. Now there is no such thing I have right now, but it will try to go to the bingo, right? If I give it a go, if we go back, refresh it, and I go here and I want to get it, so it is going to bingo.html and this still cannot get bingo.html. It's telling me, because, but it's trying to go there. So it means whatever we write here, it tried to go there. Now I'm asking you all to build and tell me how to build this search of the YouTube. Okay, let's go to the YouTube back. And I was saying here, like for example, digital mega trends, and it is having stuff like this. It's telling me youtube.com/results. Question mark के पहले देखो क्या लिखा है. Question mark के पहले लिखा है youtube.com/result. What is it now? What is it? Let's parse this.
Action.
This is the action. Very good.
Action. Yes.
After question mark, so action is the whole thing. That is the result, youtube.com/results. Okay. After question mark, if I see my here, if I see my here, it was server.html. After question mark, there, what is it? What is it?
Name of the text box. Search.
Name of the text box. So what does it mean? What is this search underscore query?
Name of the text box.
So search underscore query is name. If I go here and inspect, let me first copy this search underscore. But we believe this has to be what? Damn it यार, इतना ही select करना है इसको, पता नहीं इसमें select नहीं हो रहा properly. Okay, I say copy. यार मुझे इसमें आ जाता ना वो copy. Now I go to the inspect. Okay, and I go to the elements, right? And I'm going here and I say control command F or control F to find, then control V or command V to find this search query. So here is your search query. So what is this search query? It is this guy. here uh, is equal to digital megatrons, it's actually gone to that thing, na? Actually, it's gone to the server and all. It's gone to that link. It is that showing me that thing. But I need to go first here, okay? And I need to go here. I need to go back to the YouTube firstly because it's going to the
There are
yeah.
four results.
Wait a second. I will go to the YouTube site only, right? And now here I will say command F and control command V to find this search query. Now what is it telling? Name is equal to search query of home input. Okay, this is the input box, and it's not writing type because no, it's writing the type. Type is equal to text. Type is equal to leave all other things aside. See what we have done. Type is equal to text, so it's a text box. What is its name?
Search underscore query.
Search underscore query, and it is putting up in a if it puts up the things in a URL. If I say digital megatrons and it puts the things in a URL, so it is using the get. Otherwise, we could have also the post here. We can have also here the post. Okay. The difference between the get and post is the get, both are the HTTP requests. Okay. But your get sends data in the URL as a name value pair. As a name value pair with ampersands. For example, I will show it here. Let me have one more input box. Let me use this thing and I say command option down arrow to say this is search 2. Okay, I got a search 2. My search 2. I will call it my search 2 for example. Now if I see it, I got a couple of boxes here. Okay, I go back to my previous page, refresh it. I got a couple of searches, search 1, search 2. Okay, I'm sending both things here. But I need to first put the get here to see in URL because post will never put it in a URL. So I'm saying get. Now I am saying here, for example, Junaid, and I am saying here Muttaki, and now I press enter. Okay. Refresh it. There is some issue with my live server. Okay, it's right now not working. I don't know, is there an error or kind of thing? There is a tag issue I have done somewhere. Problem?
Search 2, I think.
Mm,
Oh, it's okay. Label is fine. Okay.
okay, ID is kept same, na? You can't keep the ID same because ID एक ही बंदे को होता है ना? Yeah. So इसका मैं first search 2 रखूँगा, इसका search रखूँगा. Maybe that was the issue. Error आ रहा था ना इसमें? Yeah. So Junaid, and I say Iqbal, and I say enter, and still not working. I don't know why. But let me put up a button here. Let me put up one button here. I say button. Okay, and I say click me, or I say submit. So it will be like a submit button. So I'm got a button here now, right? I can also do here one pre-tag because I will style it using the CSS, but let me use the pre-tag. Okay. Now what pre-tag does is it will keep the formatting of whatever you call keep the formatting here. Okay, जो आपने इसमें ये किया है ना, for example spaces वगैरह जो आपने लगाई है वो वैसे ही लगाएगा. ठीक है, as you could see here, now the spaces are there. Now I'm saying Junaid, and I'm saying Iqbal, and I'm saying submit. Now it's getting, now you see what is happening here. अच्छा bingo.html हमारे पास था नहीं, जो हमारा सर्वर है ना यहाँ पे bingo.html, वो हमें चेंज करना है server.html को. ठीक है ना, जो ना प्रॉपर नाम था. Anyways, I'm not worried about that. What is it? I'm worried about this thing. That is first telling me my search is equal to Junaid, then my search 2 is equal to Iqbal. It is putting up my things, but separating with ampersand. Separating with what? Ampersand. So it is getting key value pair. It is sending key value pair in the URL. You getting my point? What is it doing? It is sending key. Key is the Junaid, my search, and value is Junaid. Then the key was my search. जो दूसरा बंदा था ना, ये वाला बंदा, इसका की था my search seconds and value है इकबाल, right? लेकिन अगर मैं लिखूंगा यहाँ पे post, again it will send the same way. HTTP request will happen the same way. HTTP request happen same way. Key value pair, right? Yeah, separated with the ampersand. But it will not be stuffed in URL. It will be stuffed inside the HTTP body. Now, if you give it a go here, Okay, if my work is it's working fine, it will go to the Junaid, it will go to Iqbal. Now submit. Okay, it is going to server.html, but it's not putting the stuff in a URL. It's not putting in a URL. Why would you not put in a URL? For example, you have some password field here. I say label for I call it pass for a short, and maybe this is my password. Okay, and I use an input box. I use here input box, and type is equal to password. I call it password. Okay, I'm calling it a password right now. And you can have the ID same as that of a pass, so that I make it pair with this label. I can have some spaces in between, and pre will maintain those spaces. Okay, we do it just for the viewing purposes. Other than we will use this everything in a CSS styling up the things. Okay, now if I give it a go here, now you see here, I go to the page. Okay, let me refresh this. I got the password here. I don't know what has happened to these guys. Okay, password is here. Now if I am getting here the get, okay, I'm getting get, command S to save it. Okay, now I go here, I refresh it. Now don't worry about this password and mismatch of, I don't worry about this styling. If I write the password, password मैंने कुछ लिखा, for example मैं नहीं बोलूँगा आपको मैंने password क्या लिखा, ठीक है, मैं आपको नहीं बोलूँगा, मैं चोरी रखूँगा, बाकी मैंने लिखा Junaid and Iqbal and all. When I submit, what will happen? Okay, you see, लेकिन यहाँ पे एक चीज़ हमने नहीं किया, जो हमारा ये इनपुट टाइप इस पासवर्ड नेम नहीं लिखा है इसको हमने, डैम नेम लिखना चाहिए था ना कुछ, ताकि जिससे, क्योंकि जो की वैल्यू पेयर आता है वो नेम की, अगर आप नेम नहीं रखोगे तो वो आएगा नहीं यूआरएल में, और वो कहीं पे नहीं सबमिट होगा. नेम इज इंपॉर्टेंट. सो आई एम सेइंग नेम इज इक्वल टू मे बी पासवर्ड ही. ओके, इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू हैव द नेम. ये समझ में आया बात? आईडी से आप, आईडी से क्या करोगे आप, आईडी से आपको पहचान मिलती है इसको, ताकि सीएसएस में आपको स्टाइल करोगे किस बंदे को करना है, इसका नाम है आईडी या क्लास. लेकिन नेम जो है वो की वैल्यू पेयर में जो की है वो आपका नेम ही है. अगर आपने नेम नहीं लिखा तो इस बंदे का डेटा आगे नहीं जाएगा. ठीक है, लेट मी गो बैक हियर एंड लेट मी रिफ्रेश दिस. लेट मी राइट इट Junaid एंड आई राइट इट हियर, एंड मैंने आपको पासवर्ड नहीं कहना है, ठीक है ना, एंड आई सबमिट. एंड व्हाट इज हैपनिंग हियर in the URL, the password is coming up, right? So आपका जो सिक्योरिटी इशू है बन जाएगा अगर आपने गेट किया. अगर आपको कॉन्फिडेंशियल डेटा है, अगर आपको क्या है, इफ़ यू हैव अ कॉन्फिडेंशियल डेटा एंड यू आर सबमिटिंग टू द सर्वर, जेके बैंक का है और आपने पासवर्ड्स वगैरह रखे हैं एंड यू आर डूइंग द गेट, नाउ व्हाट विल हैपन, एनीबडी कैन स्टील इट फ्रॉम द URL. इट इज़ सो ईजी टू गेट यू. नाउ सी, वहाँ तो पासवर्ड जो आपको दिखा नहीं था वो स्टार्स आ गए, लेकिन यहाँ पासवर्ड जो मैंने लिखा है इज इक्वल टू अल्लाह, वो तो आ गया. यू कुड सी इट, मैंने पासवर्ड क्या रखा था. तो इसलिए हमारे पास सिक्योर डेटा के लिए वी हैव द पोस्ट, वी हैव व्हाट, वो भी HTTP रिक्वेस्ट ही मारेगा, इस जो आपने यहाँ पे लिखा है वहाँ पे ही जाएगा. ठीक है, आपके फॉर्म सबमिट होगा, ठीक है ना. ओके, लेकिन URL में कुछ नहीं आएगा, लेकिन URL में कुछ नहीं आएगा. सो इफ यू से हियर नाउ एनीथिंग, से रिफ्रेशर एंड पुट अप समथिंग हियर एंड पुट अप समथिंग हियर एंड पुट अप सम पासवर्ड्स हियर, एंड पासवर्ड लिखने से जो भी आप लिखोगे वो स्टार्स में आ जाएगा, बिकॉज हमने टाइप इज इक्वल पासवर्ड लिखा था. और जब हम सबमिट करूँगा तो यहाँ ऊपर कुछ नहीं आएगा. server.html में आ गया, कुछ नहीं आया, लेकिन इसने फिर हमें पोस्ट में ये इशू करेगा, बिकॉज द server.html इज़ नॉट एक्चुअली द सर्वर, राइट. लेकिन अब मसला यहाँ पे ये है कि पासवर्ड आपको दिखा नहीं वहाँ पे. लेकिन मैं आपसे कहना चाह रहा हूँ, अब मुझे, आप, मैं पहले में ही काटूंगा ये सारा, ठीक है ना. मैं यहाँ पे सिर्फ एक ही रखूँगा सर्च, ठीक है, और मेथड मैं रखूँगा, बोलो मेथड पोस्ट रखूँ या गेट रखूँ. और मुझे चाहिए क्या, मुझे चाहिए YouTube की फंक्शनैलिटी. जो आपने YouTube में करा यहाँ पे, जो आप YouTube पे यहाँ पे कर रहे हैं, वी वांट टू हैक इट, वी वांट टू हैक देयर दिस सर्च बॉक्स. जैसे मैंने यहाँ पे डिजिटल मार्केटर रखा, मैंने सर्च मारा और वो मुझे ऐसे ले रहा है ना इस पेज पे ऐसे. यही काम अब होना चाहिए मेरे पेज पे. ना यू गाइस स्पीक अप.
Get method.
Get method.
Suhail is saying firstly get method. क्यों? क्योंकि अगर
क्योंकि
post
जब हम सर्च रिजल्ट के बाद हमको नाम चढ़ना चाहिए तभी जाके सर्च होगा।
फिर से बोलो।
हमको जब रिजल्ट के बाद जो नाम सर्च होना चाहिए, मतलब अगर हम पोस्ट सिर्फ लिखेंगे तो हमको सर्च नहीं होगा, गेट से हमको सर्च होगा।
नहीं, पोस्ट से भी सर्च होगा।
नो रिजल्ट फाउंड दिखा रहा है।
नहीं, वो कॉन्सेप्ट बताओ ना पूरा, क्यों दिखा रहा है? क्योंकि अगर
रिजल्ट जो वहां पे यूआरएल में आना चाहिए,
हाँ,
क्वेश्चन मार्क के बाद ब्लैंक आ रहा है।
मैं वही बता रहा हूँ, लिसन टू मी। इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन कि यूट्यूब ने क्या इस्तेमाल किया है। यूट्यूब ने गेट इस्तेमाल किया है, क्योंकि अगर उन्होंने पोस्ट इस्तेमाल किया होता तो पहली बात है यूआरएल में ये चीज़ आती नहीं। तो अगर ये चीज़ यूआरएल में आ गई, अगर ये चीज़ किस में आ गई? यूआरएल में, that means they have used the get. First thing, the method is get, so we have to use the method get, not the post, क्योंकि हमें वही करना जो YouTube ने किया। So we have to use the method get. Method get क्या करेगा काम? Again it will be the HTTP request, but it will be stuffed in the URL. तो हमें वही करना है जो YouTube ने किया, हमें उसकी नकल करना है। दूसरी बात और क्या चेंज करनी है?
एक्शन में जाएगा youtube.com/results?
क्वेश्चन मार्क नहीं, क्वेश्चन मार्क के बगैर, ठीक है, यहां तक। यानी कि मुझे ये एक्शन चाहिए, क्योंकि ये मेरा सर्वर है यूट्यूब का, ये सर्वर है यूट्यूब का http:/results, ये रिजल्ट क्वेरी का सर्वर है। तो यानी कि मेरी एक्शन जो चाहिए वो ये चाहिए।
और नेम search_query।
वेरी गुड, क्योंकि जो नेम मेरा यहाँ पर है माई सर्च है ना? नेम क्या है मेरा? माई सर्च। लेकिन यूट्यूब का जो मैंने अभी दिखाया आपको इंस्पेक्ट करके, इस टेक्स्ट बॉक्स का नाम क्या है?
search_query।
search_query, यानी कि ये वाला चीज़, ये जो search_query यहाँ पर है, कमांड सी टू कॉपी इट। मेरे टेक्स्ट बॉक्स का नाम यही होना चाहिए, क्योंकि इफ़ आई वांट टू कॉपी इट ना, मैं चाहता हूँ कि अरे यार, मैं खुद ही लिखता हूँ SEARCH_query। Hopefully it is the same thing. QUERRY है ना? QUERY, सॉरी,
ERY।
हाँ, search_query। अब अगर मैं इसको, आई विल सेव इट, ऑटो सेव ही होगा पहले। इफ आई गो टू माई पेज हियर, ओके, गो टू पेज हियर, ये पुराना ही दिखा रहा है ना, इसमें कुछ लाइव सर का इशू है। अब मैं कह रहा हूँ डिजिटल मेगाट्रॉन्स एंड आई सबमिट, व्हाट्स हैपनिंग? इट इज गोइंग एग्जैक्टली टू द सेम पेज what YouTube was doing. So we have successfully hacked their search box, right? So that means you can hack anybody's search box. आपका Facebook, Twitter, anybody, you want to have the functionality of search of their search, आप अपने में दिखाना चाहते हो। Only thing is कि आपको पहले देखना है कि ये get है कि post है, ठीक है? वो अगर YouTube ने यहाँ पे ये किया है, stuff URL में चीज़ें आ रही हैं, URL में कब चीज़ें आएंगी? गेट से कि पोस्ट से? गेट से आएंगी, नंबर 1। नंबर 2, जो ये वाला है, बिकॉज दिस की वैल्यू पेयर, द सर्च इज की। मैंने वो किया था, वो जो ना उसने आपने कहा था, व्हाट वाज दैट, उसका नाम क्या था? साथ साथ वो स्क्रीन, आपने कहा था ना स्क्रीन ब्रश। यस, एक स्क्रीन ब्रश मैंने लोड किया था, अब देखते हैं ये काम करेगा भी कि नहीं। यस, ये जो सर्च यहाँ पर है, दिस वन, ठीक है, द सर्च क्वेरी। मेरे को प्लेन लाइन चाहिए, ये एरोज क्यों मार रहा है? ओके, द सर्च क्वेरी, दिस इज माय की एंड डिजिटल मेगाट्रॉन्स इज द वैल्यू। यानी कि जो मेरा टेक्स्ट बॉक्स था, इसका ये जल्दी भाग जाता है, जो सर्च बॉक्स मेरे पास था, टेक्स्ट बॉक्स जो मेरा था, इसका नाम जो था वो की बनेगा, और जो इसमें वैल्यू था वो यहाँ पे आएगा, है ना? Search, this search query is what? What is the search query? Tell me quickly. Open up the mics, everybody.
Name of the text box.
This is the name. Not right now. It is a text box. We could have anything. We could have check boxes. We could have other boxes. Okay, whatever their name is, that will come up as that's a key and value. So it will send to the server like this, key value pair. So it is sending to the server key value pair. If you have read the PHP, because we have to give it to the server. Now we have to give this thing to the server. Right now the server of the YouTube search was www.youtube.com/server/search. This was the search engine or search server of YouTube. Right now we may have our own server, and I am giving those things to my server. And if you are running PHP or many times other things, अच्छा ये फिर से गायब हो रहा है, चाहिए वही चल रहा है. ओके अरे यार छोड़ दे अब.
सर इसमें भी सेटिंग्स
हाँ
है
इसमें
कुछ.
क्लिक करेंगे ना यहाँ पे. हाँ यहाँ पे करेंगे ना हाइड वाइड कुछ होगा शायद. गया जितु ना जाता है. ओके एनीवेज जो यहाँ पे हमारा सर्वर होगा, जैसे अगर मैंने PHP लैंग्वेज इस्तेमाल की है या कुछ और भी लैंग्वेज इस्तेमाल की है, वो आपको एसोसिएटिव एरेज देती है ताकि आप उनको स्टोर कर सको ये डेटा जो आप भेज रहे हो. यू नो द डिफरेंस बिटवीन एरे एंड एसोसिएटिव एरे. एरे आपकी होती है नॉर्मल ऐसे, जैसे वेरिएबल्स होता है, वेरिएबल हो गया जो एक डेटा पकड़ेगा. एरे मीन्स विच इज कॉन्टिग्यूअस मेमोरी एलोकेशन. व्हाट इज डिफरेंस बिटवीन कॉन्टिग्यूअस एंड कॉन्टिन्यूअस? एनीवन टेल मी? Array is a contiguous memory allocation. It is not continuous. We call it contiguous. What do you mean contiguous? Contiguous means touch करेगा, इसको बाउंड्री के साथ टच करना चाहिए. यानी कि इस ब्लॉक और इस ब्लॉक में कोई गैप नहीं. अगर ये ऐसे होंगे ये कॉन्टिन्यूअस है, मगर ये कॉन्टिग्यूअस नहीं है दूसरा वाला. ठीक है, ये वाले कॉन्टिग्यूअस है. व्हेन द बाउंड्री टचेज विद द बाउंड्री देयर इज नो गैप इन बिटवीन. एंड ये हमारी एरे होती है जिस अ कॉन्टिग्यूअस मेमोरी एलोकेशन. लेकिन एक और एरे होती हैं विच इज कॉल्ड एज एसोसिएटिव एरे. एसोसिएटिव एरे जो हमारे पास होती हैं उसमें जो नॉर्मल एरे होती हैं उसमें इंडेक्सिंग होती है. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल हमारे पास ये मेरा 0 है, ये मेरा 1 है, ये 2 है, ये 3 है, ये 4 है, एंड वी पुट वैल्यूज इनसाइड. राइट, यू मस्ट बी नोइंग दीज थिंग्स. लेकिन जो हमारे पास एसोसिएटिव एरे होती हैं उसमें दो चीज़ों में इंडेक्सिंग नहीं होती है. उसमें की वैल्यू पेयर होते हैं. की वैल्यू पेयर यानी कि ये वाला आपका की है. यू एक्सेस थिंग्स बाय द की एंड यू हैव वैल्यू. फरजान अशरफ तेरा और आमिर आपका कैमरा क्यों ऑफ है? फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई सेड, जैसे अभी मैंने कहा नेम, आपने नेम दिया इसका सर्च, ये हो गया की वैल्यू, और अंदर लिखा जुनैद फॉर एग्जाम्पल. दिस इज की एंड वैल्यू पेयर. की एंड वैल्यू पेयर. सो एसोसिएटिव एरे जो आपकी होती है वो भी की वैल्यू पेयर है. और मुझे पता है कि जो URL में आपने भेजा, जो गेट मेथड से आपने भेजा, वो असल में की इज इक्वल टू वैल्यू और फिर एम्परसेंट, फिर दूसरी की इज इक्वल टू वैल्यू, है ना. ये इस तरह से जाता है. और दे स्टफ द सर्वर स्टफ्स देम इन सम सर्वर वेरिएबल्स एसोसिएटिव एरे. जैसे आपको PHP के अंदर $_get और दूसरी होती है $_post. ये एसोसिएटिव एरेज होती हैं, ग्लोबल एसोसिएटिव एरेज, जिनमें ये की वैल्यू पेयर चला जाता है. यानी कि अगर आपने अभी 2 टेक्स्ट बॉक्स दिए, ये टेक्स्ट बॉक्स था, इसका नाम था हमारे पास सर्च, और दूसरा टेक्स्ट बॉक्स था उसका नाम था search2 फॉर एग्जांपल. मैं इसका S1 लिखूंगा शॉर्ट में. अब S1 एंड S2 नाम था, और वैल्यू आपने इसमें दिया J, इसमें दिया I फॉर एग्जांपल. जब आपने गेट मेथड किया, it will go to the server like this. It will say S1 is equal to J, then ampersand, ठीक है ना, S2 is equal to I. It will go like this. Now in the server we will have an associative array where this S1, that is the key, will be in a key. Okay, the S1 will be the key and value is J, and the second is S2 and value is I. Right, it will be like these, stuff like these in these arrays, because we need a data structure for these guys so that we can manipulate then stuff there in the server side. So the data type given in the server side is the associative array. Let me ask this question to the, I don't know, you guys are putting up things or not. You understanding properly what I'm saying? Adnan Riyaz's kya is ye camera band? Let me see first all of you. Let me stop the sharing. Let me see all of you guys. Why are the cameras off? Zuhur, you understood difference between array and associative array?
Yes, sir.
What is the difference? Tell me.
Sir, in arrays there is like what do you call? In associative arrays, we can put multiple
की
multiple
वैल्यू पेयर,
values.
की वैल्यू पेयर, एरे जो आपकी होती है, नॉर्मल एरे जो होती है ना, आपने सी में पढ़ा होगा, फॉर आई इज इक्वल 0 पे इंडेक्सिंग करते हो, 0 1 2,
Yes, sir.
you name first box as 0, second name as box as 1, third
One.
box as 2,
Whereas
but in our associative array you don't name them as a 0 1, you name them as a key value.
Key values, yes, sir.
और हमारे पास बिल्कुल वही डेटा टाइप चाहिए यहाँ पे, बिकॉज आई एम हैविंग हियर द की वैल्यू एज द नेम, व्हाट आर द नेम ऑफ द बॉक्सेस, एंड वैल्यू जो है जो इसमें डालोगे आप. क्लियर? अंडरस्टूड एवरीबडी? क्लियर विद दिस थिंग? इफ यू आर नॉट, यू कैन आस्क मी द क्वेश्चन. नाउ we have a button. Okay, now this is a button. Any button within the form tag will help us to submit. यानी कि अगर मैंने बटन ऊपर लगाया कोई, अगेन अगेन आई पुट बटन बट आउटसाइड द फॉर्म टैग, ठीक है?
sir, screenshot.
Sir, screen share.
या प्लीज. यानी कि तुझे हुशार है, हाँ, दैट इज गुड. शेंगे छियो नहीं किया क्या ऐसे गो इमाम साहब वैसे तम पे 3 रकात बह खबर क्या सवित जोरस अस कॉलेज, मगर मे दशन किन तम लोग सुबहान मे दोप शायद डोलमुत ये दशनी क्या वत नहीं कह, मगर पत पज पे क्या, यानी कि हुशार ना. एनीवेज द बटन आई एम सेइंग, आई एम कॉलिंग इट सबमिट, आई एम कॉलिंग इट व्हाट, submit. Now if I see here to this guy, there is some error, I don't know what. Now the submit comes up here, right? But if I click it, nothing happens. It's not submitting this. But if I submit this guy, if I submit this guy, it is submitting. It is going there with the Junaid there in the key. See, Junaid is coming up, search query is good, Junaid is coming up. But if I click this button, nothing happens, because any button outside the form is not a submit button. Even though you call it a submit, it is not a submit button. Anse wan nahi kaha badshah gairi tavek manaw chuk badshah, theek chha tu aksar na wana prince Raju pat ma chu prince asan. Do you understand? So agar tu form never kan chuk, then you are not a king. Even though you call it a submit, it is not a submit button. But if you call it type, you say type is equal to submit. Now I put up the genes of the king in him. Manjit name is genes. I did the genetic engineering. What I did is I say, okay, this is submit, even though its name is not submit. Maybe its name is not submit. Okay, maybe I call it not submit. Doesn't matter what you call the name, but it is a submit button because I put a type. Now if I go here, even though it is saying not submit, I click it, right, and I put something here like digital megatrends and I click it, it's still not doing anything because I think there is a problem with the refresh. I don't know. Oh, there's some issues. I don't know what's the issue, because I say type is submit, it's saying not submit and all. It should submit. I don't know what happened.
Live server का issue होगा, sir.
Live server issue, I think. Now I'm saying here, for example, digital megatrends, and I say not submit, it's not working, it should submit, because I'm saying type is equal to
Sir,
submit.
error hai.
Huh. I don't know what's the there is some problem here also.
Error here.
What is the problem with this thing? Pre. Okay, now it's telling me about the pre. You guys now some child of pre key. It doesn't matter if I click a pre, it will remove that error. Okay. Okay, but yeah, now it's coming up there, and I say digital megatrends, and I say not submit. It's still not working, but I say submit, it's working. Okay, anyways, now what I'm trying to tell you is, just let me leave this for a while. I don't know what happened to this button. That we have a button, any button within the form is a submit button. Now you have a couple of ways to do the buttons. One is to write the button, and again another is to write the input. But I'm saying type is equal to button. Okay, now I say input type is equal to button. If I say type is equal to button, it's just an ordinary button. Okay, this one, and it doesn't have a name. It is showing me the button, only the name. Then I have to say here the value. I have to say here value is equal to whatever you want to say. Say click me. Maybe I said click me. Values of click me. Now click me is coming up here. Now if I click it and I put something in it and I click, okay, it's working just as a button, but not as a submit button. But if I say here type is equal to submit, okay, and now I put up something here and I say click me, it is working as a submit button. Getting my point? So that means if you have a button here, you can create a button, submit button using the button, okay, or you can create a button here using the input. Then you say type submit. Maybe I have already a button here, submit. Maybe I will say type is equal to reset. Type is equal to reset. Now it will create me a button, but it's a special functionality of reset. Maybe I don't say click me, I will say reset. Now this reset is the label of that button, okay. Now if I write here something and I say reset, it will clear the form. Everything on your form will be cleared. Does it make sense what I'm saying? समझ में आ रही बात? So कुल मिला के अभी तक मैंने ये आपसे कहा कि हमारे पास जो फॉर्म होता है उसमें दो एट्रीब्यूट्स इंपॉर्टेंट होते हैं. First attribute is the action. If you don't write action, it will come to the same page, but you have to write the server where you want to process this form. So you have to write the server address here. Second thing is when we go on the back end and we will write the server address where the things will happen. And then the method is how you gonna send this data. Are you sending it in the URL and again giving the HTTP request, or you are not sending it in a URL? Why will I not send it in a URL something? Why would I like to send it in a post, not the get? I told you there could be the security issues. The passwords which are hidden will come up in a URL. So you have better not to send using the get method, but rather than you will send in that case using the post method. Is that clearly understanding, you guys? Now there are tons of things. Now there is a button which is submit and resets, which comes in the end. Okay, if you don't want to write the button like this, right, using the input tag only, I can say input. Okay, and type is equal to submit. I can say input colon submit. Okay, there is somewhere submit like this, input colon submit. It will create me type is equal to submit, value is equal to submit. Maybe I will say value submit. Now it is creating me a button with but value can be anything you like. Okay, maybe I call value Junaid, it doesn't matter. Okay, it will, whatever you write, it will come like that. The value Junaid is coming up, but it will work as a submit button. Okay, it is going to that, it is submitting my form. Does it make sense what I'm saying? Anybody having any issues right now, till now? We're going 15 minutes more in this lecture, but are you getting it properly? Anybody having questions till now? So we understood a very important thing about action and this. Now I just clear this thing and I want to create different inputs here. So I'm saying firstly the label. The label is very important for the accessibility purposes. Screen readers will not read your name of the text box, rather they will read the label. And label is the accessibility of that forum element. So every forum element has a label. So keep that thing in mind. So we say label, and the for, maybe I say the first name. Maybe I say first name. I call short F name. Maybe F and then capital name. Like this, N capital, right? First name. And I'm saying here label is first name. Maybe I will use the pre-tag. Okay, I should not use pre-tag, rather I should use the divs and other things and then style it up in a CSS. We'll do it later on, but for the simplicity purposes I use the pre-tag so that it will show me those things, right, properly. I will say cut it and I put up here the pre, command V, so that it will show me the stuff like I put it. Now label for name is this first name, then I need to match it with what? Input colon text. So that will give me input type is equal to text. Name, I need to keep some name. Maybe I call it F name. This will be the key here. Huh? This is the key which will go to the URL. And ID is the same. ID should be same as that of a for. So that is F and name, right? After that, I will couple of spaces here, and pre-tag will preserve those spaces, and then I just copy paste it. I say command C and command V. Now for this guy, I will say last name for the L name. Okay, and here I say last name. Type is text, name is L name, and it should be have the same as that of an ID, should be same as that of for. Now if I see it, I don't know why the pre-tag is having some issues, because maybe this जो indenting हो रही है ना यहाँ पे, ये वो indenting भी ले रहा है, ठीक है ना. Let me remove the pre-tag for a while, because जो हमने इसमें किए हैं ना वो चीज़ें ना, auto styling and all, वो इसमें issues कर रहे हैं. Right now it's getting like first name is last name is like this. So if you want to get it down, you can use the BR tag. We can use the BR tag, but we won't be using BR tags and all. BR is next line, okay? Maybe a couple of BRs I put up here. Now it is giving me the first name and the last name like this, right? The BR tag is for the new lines, okay? \n of your C. Okay. Now first name last name हो गया, password चाहिए. Maybe I need password also. Okay, I will simply copy this all with a couple of BR tags. I just copy this command C and put up here command V. Now here I will say label for is equal to password. Okay, and I'm telling you this is the password. Okay, and I'm saying type is equal to password. Type is password, because the type password means it won't be shown there, the stars will come up, and name is should be the something which is relevant, that is the password, and ID should be same as that of for of the label, that is the password. Again I put up the everything, the password RT. Okay, now if you see here the password is coming up, if you write here it won't be seen because it's a password field. Now we also have a submit button. Okay, I will create some BR tags in the bottom, some BR tags, again the BR tag, and then I will have the input and colon submit. Okay, and value is submit. I got a submit button also here. Now it is see here the submit is coming up here. So if I submit, it will go and submit it, and because the action is telling us to go here, so it is going there. But the thing is that if I have the other attributes here, like for example, to the input type is text, name is file, name is fname, ID is fname. If I say it is required, if I say it is what? It is required. Required means you can't leave it empty. Right now, if I leave it empty, it will show me you can't leave it empty. Please press something. Huh? It is telling me please write something. Okay. Here. Okay. And if I put up required to the other guys also, I need to put up required to the all guys because I don't want to miss anything. But if you have that last name can't be there or middle name can't be there, उसमें आप required मत लिखें. लेकिन अगर मैंने इसमें लिखा, say for example I wrote it here whatever the name, but I didn't wrote the last name, it's telling me please fill in the field. It's not submitting because there is the required. Getting? Now the next thing we can also have here is the placeholder. We can have the placeholder. Placeholder is, for example, this is the first name. This is the first name. Now if you see here, the first name is coming up with the dark mode. Okay, but this, when I click, it will, you can write. जो मैंने लिखूंगा वो खुद गायब हो जाएगा पीछे से. This is the placeholder. So I should have a placeholder to all the guys. Okay, because the project of it, we build the project of it, which will be the login form. Okay, and the login form should be beautiful and it should be perfect. जो ना इसका बनाएंगे फॉर्म का हम एप्लीकेशन जो हम करेंगे, दैट इज़ अ लॉगिन फॉर्म. लेकिन उसके लिए पहले हम CSS कल से शुरू करेंगे सीखना, सो दैट वी विल नॉट हैव एनी इशू विद द CSS. ओके, सो मैं यहाँ से क्या क्या कह रहा हूँ कि ये जो कहाँ बनाया मैंने, इसने ऐसे कर दिया ना इस फॉर्मेटर ने. टाइप इज टेक्स्ट, नेम इज फाइल नेम, ID is required placeholder is first name. You can copy this command C and you can put up here to the input here command V. Placeholder is last name. Okay, and for this guy also you can say command V, and this is the placeholder is what? The password. Now if you see here, it is clearly telling me first name, last name and password, right? And if you click and write, it is gone. Later on we will show how to animate it. कि पासवर्ड जब आप क्लिक करोगे वो छोटा होके ऊपर आना चाहिए। वो जो कैसे करेंगे हम ये सारी चीज़ें वो हम बाद में देखेंगे। फिलहाल मेरे पास ये पासवर्ड हो गया। आई कुड ऑल्सो हैव द ईमेल, व्हाट डू यू से अबाउट द ईमेल, है ना। अगर मैं इसको कॉपी करूँगा यहाँ पे सारा, कमांड सी एंड आई से कमांड वी। नाउ आई एम सेइंग हियर command control Z, what's happening, there is some issue. I will use the from the br tag, is a couple of br tags and all, copy command C with the label, and then I put up here command V, and I got the br tags and label for is equal to email. Now I say this is the email guy, I want email, and I say not password here, I say email, and input type is, now type is email. Okay, now I'm writing the type is what, the email, it's showing me the email, and the name I call it, this is the email, name is email, pass ID is again the email, it should be same as the label. Okay, required and placeholder is email. Okay, now give it a go, see, now email comes up. Now if I put up everything here and I am writing it here something, it auto-filled it, something like that, password is this, but I am not writing at the rate, I am writing something but I am not writing at the rate. Submit, it is telling me that there should be at the rate, see, is missing at the rate, so I put up at the rate and now I press submit, but it's telling me there it is incomplete, after at the rate it should be something. Okay, so validation automatic ho rahi hai na, so that means I will write my email ID properly, give me suggestions, now it will submit, now it will go to the where the action was. You getting my point? So automatic यहाँ पे validation भी होती है, अगर आपने टाइप रखा email तो ये चेक कर रहा है कि email proper format में है कि नहीं, ठीक है। फर्ज कीजिए एक और मेरे पास है, ऐसे ही करूँगा मैं, इसको कॉपी पेस्ट करूँगा command V, and I have this thing label for, say this is the number, I got some number, maybe phone number or something, maybe phone, and I call it a phone, or I call it a mobile number, and then input type is, and I'm saying type is number. Okay, and name should be the, maybe I call it phone, and ID is password, can't be ID has to be, maybe I call it mobile as an ID, and then required and placeholder, and I say mobile number or something, whatever you like to call it, right? And here in this I will not say the server, rather I say what, I say my server.html. Okay, now I go here and I got a mobile number and all. Now see, I fill everything, right? I'm filling everything. If I submit, it's telling me, bro, you got to fill this field, you can't leave, because why? Because I said the required there, the password is there. In the mobile number, it's getting my number stuffed. Okay, Google, I'm writing I'm leaving, it can't leave because it's a required field, and I'm putting some alphabets in it. Okay, it's telling me that you can't put the alphabets in it, right? You cannot put alphabets in it. Please fill the field. I'm putting E. It's telling me you can't put the alphabets in it, you have to put some numbers in it. Okay, if I put some numbers, say 7, 8, now it's no problem. I put up the alphabet, I can't put, even though I'm pressing the alphabet, it's not writing. Okay, so automatic things happen. Now you see, the after E I'm getting T, I'm trying to put T there. Okay, it won't happen. Now you have to give the proper numbers. Now you give the numbers, it's okay, right? Getting, now later on you want to check whether the mobile number is 10 digit or not. You cannot do this logic here. You can do only this thing in JavaScript. For that we have to learn the JavaScript to get the life into it. You getting the points? But if I now submit, okay, if I submit this, what will happen? It will go to the submit file and everything is stuffed here in the URL because of the get, as you could see. भाई यार ये बोलते हैं कॉन्टैक्ट सेव करोगे नहीं करोगे। अब देखो यहाँ पे पहले एफ नेम आ गया जो उसका नाम रखा था उस टेक्स्ट बॉक्स का, और फिर वैल्यू आ गया जुनैद, फिर लास्ट नेम आ गया, वैल्यू आ गया इकबाल, एम्परसेंड से आपस में ये डिफरेंसेस है, एम्परसेंड, देन आई से पासवर्ड, वो पासवर्ड जो मैंने लिखा था वहाँ पता नहीं क्या लिखा था, फिर ईमेल, एम्परसेंड के बाद जो नेक्स्ट फील्ड है की वैल्यू पेयर है ना, की वैल्यू एम्परसेंड बीच में की वैल्यू, की इज ईमेल, पासवर्ड इज वैल्यू इज यूनिक, की इज आई डोंट नो व्हाट, this is the this is what is this, what was this one, this was email id, okay, and the phone number and this thing. So it is giving all these things. So whatever you want, you have in it, it is putting up all in a url, and this will be all stuffed to home, to the server for the processing. Okay, I'm tired right now, so you can tell me if anybody has a questions. Method is called post. Anaria is saying something, I don't know what. Let me stop the presenting and let me see who is sleeping now. You learn something in the form tags or just an ordinary form tag?
No, sir, we definitely learned some things.
Okay. मुफेज फारूक से क्या जो उदास भी थे, खैरियत से भाई, उदास क्यों बैठे हो, समझ आ रहा है फरजान?
Yes, sir.
Okay, hope you are getting things. There is nothing you can't get. I think I have covered everything, but there are many angles to it. We will see that later on also. But the thing is that चीज़ें सबको ही पता होती है. The main thing is how you apply this knowledge and build something tangible, credible things, right? So we will be building some eye-catching login forms using this form tab, and we had to learn many things, you know, in a form, like a lot of input tags and many stuff. We will see that. Okay, we will cover that tomorrow first, and then we will go to the css. Tomorrow we'll see और table tag बचता है मेरे ख्याल से, और थोड़ा सा यासिर रसूल थोड़ा सा म्यूट करें आप, some voice coming from there. We have some table tags, we have web storage, because we had the cookies and all, but now web storage is coming up. There are many APIs also in the HTML we have to learn, but it will take, you know, a lot of time to read HTML only, but because अगर हमें साथ साथ उसकी practice भी करनी है, so we need to know at least the CSS. So we will be starting our CSS, you know, perfectly understanding the CSS, then building some eye-catching projects little bit in HTML and CSS, then we move on to the JavaScript, right? Then we move on to the React and try to build everything using the React, and then we move on to the backend. Is that clear? So how is things going? Is it going properly? You are understanding properly? Any suggestions or so whatsoever? If you have, you can send me. If not here, you can send me later on, okay? I think that's all for today. See you guys tomorrow, inshallah ta'ala. So don't ask for me the recordings, because many people, you know, they see recording only, they don't come to the live classes. So there will be no recording by today. Only this recording I will send. Maybe I will upload this recording not
Just
after this.
notify the people that there won't be any future recordings.
Oh, yes. Okay, thank you. Allah Hafiz.